Alright everyone, we've got some early, super awesome potential news here, and I want to emphasize that word potential because absolutely nothing that I'm about to share with you guys has been 100% confirmed yet. It is in the game files, so you can take from it as you will, but nothing has been confirmed by Netmarble. Either way though, this is really awesome because we can now see that in the game files, there is information about a potential new collaboration for King of Fighters coming to the game. And this was taken here from iReagent's Twitter. You can see the 4 new hero coins right there. And I have some other images to share with you guys. This one right here is just a bunch of numbers that at first glance looks pretty boring. And honestly, it is pretty boring, but it's just kind of more information out there that the King of Fighters collaboration data is indeed in the game files. And this is just an early screenshot here of what some of the new units might end up looking like. Now, once again, I really want to emphasize the keyword potential and the fact that absolutely nothing has been confirmed yet. But, you know, hey, now that it's in the game files, I thought it would be a good time to make an early version of some things that you can do to prepare for when this comes to the game, as well as just some things that you want to be mindful of for this possible collab. Now, I also want to say that there is a good chance that the JP version of the game is going to end up getting this first before global, but as we saw with the Attack on Titan collaboration, we ended up getting the collaboration on global right after JP, and I think that's a really big thing about the global version of the game really putting stuff out there quickly and the game pace moving so fast is I think they want to be able to release collaboration type events at roughly the same time. So, you know, there's still a good chance that the JP one's going to be first, but it would not surprise me if the global version came out very shortly afterwards, or even we might actually see them at the exact same time. So everything is still on the table now because obviously all of this stuff is very early news. Now, I want to share with you guys some things to do to prepare, but also some things to keep in mind. And this very first one right here is super duper important, especially considering all of the crazy banners that we've had going on right now. And with the collaboration, this means more temptations to summon. So the first decision that you have to ask yourself is, are you going to summon on the new collaboration units, or are you going to skip out? And I would really try to make this decision when you can. Obviously, it's still a bit early. If you really want the new units just because you're really into the collaboration, that's totally fine. Never going to stop you there. But, you know, if you're wondering what they're going to be like when it comes to their skills, their abilities, and usefulness, that's something to be on the lookout for. And as soon as you can get a better representation, you want to try to make this decision because it's going to make your life a lot easier when it comes to deciding who to save for in the future and who not to. Because, you know, we still have a lot of really big banners that we know are going to be coming out. Of course, probably the biggest one is Goddess Elizabeth, which will probably be out around December or January. So, you know, when it comes to this stuff, the more banners that you do summon on, the more difficult it is to really prepare for those crazy banners in the future. So definitely be on the lookout right there. Now, if you are not going to summon, I'll go ahead and go over this one first because it's a bit quicker. I would definitely, when the collaboration comes out, try to stay away from the summon window as much as possible because that's probably going to tempt you much, much more so. But that's definitely going to make it a lot easier to save up for some of those really big banners that should be coming out in the future, like Goddess Elizabeth. So I do also want to note here, very importantly, let's go back to these hero coins right here. A very important note about collaboration units is there is a very strong possibility that you will be able to end up trading your duplicate coins for collaboration events. Like if you end up getting, or within the same collaboration event, if you end up getting too many of one unit, you'll be able to trade their coins for another one. But the catch to that is, while it makes it easier to end up getting the collaboration units, you have to be really careful because if you end up getting a bunch of coins of certain units and you don't want to use them as duplicates, then you won't be able to use them as just regular platinum coins later on in the shop. We ran into that situation with Attack on Titan, so it kind of works both ways. It is something to be mindful of when it comes to, you know, making that decision of, am I going to summon or not? Now, if you have decided that you're going to summon already, you already know with this collaboration, the answer is yes. Or if you're still waiting until you know more info about the actual units, well, there's definitely some things that you absolutely want to do to prepare. And that's just having all the stuff ready so that when the units do come out, you're able to max them out and start using them at their full potential right away. So, of course, we'll use a collaboration unit here just because it suits the purpose of this video really well. But, you know, the easy one here is enhancing. Make sure that you have enough level up potions right there. evolving. I actually don't have the icon for this right here, but make sure that you have the pendants that you need in order to do that, as well as the other materials. Awakening, of course, make sure that you have not only the actual chalices, but you also have the awakening materials as well. Then you've got limit breaking as well if you're going to take them all up to level 80 right away, which you probably will. If you've already made your decision to summon on the new collab units already, you're probably going to want to take them to 80. That's just my guess right there. So you're going to want the demon materials from death matches and the books in order to do that. Also gear, you can always just go ahead and swap the gear that you already have for other units. That's totally fine, especially right when they come out. But if you want to, go completely all out and really work on new gear for the new units, you want to make sure to have all the stuff ready for that, including the possibility of, UR gear and the UR materials right there. And of course, everything that I've mentioned right now, very important. It all takes a certain material or a certain component that you're going to need a lot of, and that is gold. So definitely have a decent amount stockpiled for the possible future collaboration. And, right now we are in an off week where there's not half stamina events going on, but there will be half stamina events coming back, and that's going to be a great opportunity for you to go and farm a good amount of gold if you guys don't have much or you didn't take advantage of the, Awaken Lily event that we just got a couple of weeks of. So definitely be on the lookout for that right there. Now, another thing as well, I only mentioned this briefly because we obviously just got this feature, and there's probably a billion trillion costumes that you want to upgrade on the units that you already have. But if you want to go completely all out, you're a diehard fan for the new collab units, if you want to end up saving some of the costume materials so that you can max out their costumes right away as well, that is also something to be mindful of right there. So Alright, so now let's move on to everything not related to summoning. And unfortunately, right now at the time of me making this video, I want to emphasize that this is the early things to do to prepare, because we still don't really know a whole lot about this. We don't have the confirmation, we don't have the dates, we don't really know much about the events or whatnot. So I'm not going to really be able to provide you guys a ton of information about this right here, but I will tell you guys a couple of things that you absolutely will need for certain for the collaboration events. And number one on the list is, of course, always going to be a decent stockpile of stamina potions. So, definitely still worth using these for half stamina book farming and all the regular things that you do, but don't run completely dry knowing that this collaboration could be dropping to the game sometime in the near future. Another thing that I would say is, possibility of maybe end up saving a few skip tickets. I don't know exactly how useful they're going to be because we don't know the details of the new collaboration events, but, if you want to prepare yourself a little bit and stockpile at least a few of them, you probably don't need to go too crazy, but that might help you out a little bit, especially if there is something in the new collaboration events that is going to be really, really good to farm, like Awaken Lily. It probably won't be that good, of course, but, always nice to prepare so that you're ready in case, something does come out. And right now, I would just say, generally speaking, this is a fantastic time to work on units, work on your team, work on your box, work on gear, and do all that sort of prep work, not only for the possibility of this new collaboration event, but also because we're not in half stamina, this is just a great time in order to, work on all that sort of stuff. So don't be too overwhelmed. I know, when these events drop, it could be very overwhelming with all of the new stuff that there is to do, but if you plan early and prepare, you can find yourself in a good situation so that when this stuff does come out, you have a pretty good understanding of what to do. So anyway, that's going to be it for the early version of this video. When we have more information, I might release a, 2.0 where I'm able to actually give you guys more details about the actual events and other things to do to prepare. But for the time being, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and if you did and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to toss a quick like as well. It means more than you can imagine, so thank you so much to all of you who decided to do that. And more Grand Cross Global videos should be popping up on the screen right about now, or in the suggested videos to your right or below. Feel free to check them out. But if not, have a great day, take care, and this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.